Everything you need to know about Outbreak in one video. Let's get started. Outbreak is an objective-based zombie mode where players are required to complete one main objective to complete a round. Players will spawn in a random location in one of the Fireteam Dirty Bomb maps. From there, you will see one main objective on your HUD and TAC map. Once you complete the main objective, an anomaly will spawn in somewhere on the map. It will be indicated on your HUD and TAC map. Approach this anomaly and activate it. Once activated, it will spawn in every single utility station in Cold War Zombies, from the crafting table to the Pack-a-Punch. Once you're ready, you can interact with the beacon and either progress to the next round or exfil like normal. On every single map in Outbreak, there is one of every utility station, and those stations are in fixed locations on every single map. Additionally, spread all throughout each map of Outbreak are loot chests. You can find salvage, equipment, armor points, weapons, and more in these chests. There are different levels of chests as well. The smaller the chest, the worse the loot. The bigger the chest, the better the loot. Outbreak shares the same point system that is found within the round-based maps of Cold War Zombies, with some minor changes. Zombies are now only worth 25 points per kill, but go up to 35 points if killed by a melee or headshot. The main way of attaining points is going to be through quests. The main quest of every round provides an escalating number of points ranging in the thousands, and side quests award a varying amount of points as well. This makes killing zombies for points a slow and grueling process. Instead, focus on completing side quests to gain points quickly. Traversing through the map can be tedious. Luckily, there are various forms of transportation throughout the map. Vehicles are found fairly frequently. The Grapple Gun returns from Black Ops 4 and can be purchased from the crafting table, and is a fantastic way of covering large distances while being incredibly fun. And one of the most rewarding ways of covering ground in Outbreak is by the launch pads. Launch pads cost 500 points and will launch you into the air. When you get launched, however, you will see breadcrumbs of essence floating in the air. Each canister is worth 500 points, so you can easily earn back the points you spent on the launch pad by collecting that essence. The first main objective is the Eliminate objective. Approach this contraption and activate it to spawn in a high-value target. Look to the skies to see the giant laser. That is where you'll find your target. Once you get close to the enemy, it will spawn in a small horde of zombies as backup. After damaging the HVT 1/3 of its health, it will become invulnerable and teleport away. Simply follow it and repeat this process. Once again, when you deal another third of the HVT's damage, it will become invulnerable and teleport away again. When defeated, the HVT will explode with loot, points, and rewards. The Escort objective asks you to escort a rover to a dark aether anomaly. Once you begin the objective, you need to be in close proximity to the rover to progress it. Multiple bunches of zombies will begin spawning and attacking the rover. If the rover takes too much damage, it will be destroyed and you will fail, so be on your toes. The health of the rover can be found on the left side of the HUD. Eventually, the rover will find a dark aether rift and scan it. From here, one of two things will happen. Either the rift will collapse and you will continue escorting the rover, or the rift will overload the rover and launch it across the map somewhere. Whichever happens, get next to the rover again and repeat this process another 2 times. Be extra aware of when you first spot the dark aether rift, as a larger horde of zombies will spawn in to prevent you from succeeding. The Holdout objective will teleport you to a dark aether version of a building on the map and force you to hold out against oncoming waves of enemies for a specific amount of time. There are 3 different stages to this holdout. After the first stage, there will be a music cue and a momentary halt to the horde. After every stage, more enemies will approach from more window barriers, eventually leading to enemies approaching from every barrier within the building. This is one of the most intense main objectives in the later rounds. Be sure you are prepared with equipment, kill streaks, and any wonder weapons you have available. The Defend objective begins with you looking for a zombie head that should be marked on your HUD. Bring it to the station and place it within it. From here, the defense objective will begin, and you will need to defend the station from enemies for a set period of time. Once again, the health of the machine will be displayed on the left side of your HUD. The Retrieve objective is one of the most involved objectives to complete. Once started, you will be required to find 2 aether canisters within the map, which are located on your HUD, and bring them to a rocket transport system. And you must do so in under 5 minutes. Once you approach one of the aether canisters, a large horde of zombies will spawn that you will want to eliminate. From there, you can activate the aether canister, and after a moment, you can pick it up and begin transporting it to the rocket. Picking up the canister will heavily slow your movement speed. To combat this, you can activate the canister in the same way you activate your field upgrade. The canister will release a large pulse of dark aether, killing everything in close proximity. You can kill more zombies to replenish and recharge this effect. To make this process easier, I highly recommend picking up a grapple gun to speed things things up or get ready with a vehicle. However, if you enter a vehicle with a canister, it will begin taking substantial damage. Once at the rocket, you will need to deposit the canister, which takes a good several seconds. The most consistent strategy is to use the Aether canister attack just before you begin depositing it into the rocket. Simply repeat this process for the other canister and you're all done. The secure objective tasks you with defending and charging 2 Aether rockets in 2 different locations. Once activated, you should be able to see the 2 rockets descend from the sky and create a plasma perimeter around themselves. Once again, you can see their health on the left side of the screen. You will need to get kills on enemies that are within the perimeter of the rocket. This will collect their essence and charge the rocket. A voice will indicate to you how full the rocket is. Simply collect enough essence and charge up the rocket before the zombies destroy it. Repeat that process for the second rocket and you're all done. The transport objective tasks you with driving a cargo truck outfitted with Aether canisters to a specific location called the Aether Vortex, indicated on your HUD. Once you are within this Aether Vortex, you will need to defend your cargo truck while it absorbs the Aetherium. You can get out of the truck or use its mounted turret to stay alive. After you've absorbed one Aether Vortex, you will need to drive to another one and absorb that in the same way. Driving can get really tricky, so be sure to stick to clear paths and limit the amount of enemies you crash into. Tempest can temporarily disable the cargo truck if it is hit by one of their projectiles. After you've collected both Aether Vortexes, you'll need to drive your way to a rocket and transfer the freshly charged Aether canisters. Much like the retrieve objective, I utilize the canister's pulse ability as I'm delivering both canisters to the rocket. Be sure to park as close as you can to the rocket for maximum effectiveness. Once you've transferred both canisters to the rocket, the objective is complete. As for the side objectives, the distress call or Horde patrol is indicated by a skull icon on your TAC map. You're going to look for a handful of burned and dead bodies. One of them will have a radio that you need to interact with. Once you interact with the radio, you will hear a short recording of other operators dying by an elite enemy. Shortly after the recording ends, you'll see a blue beam shoot out from the sky and lower the elite enemy that you need to kill. The enemy is usually flanked by a handful of different zombies and enemies that you need to kill as well. All you need to do is kill all of those enemies and you will be rewarded with various loot and guaranteed a perk soda drop. This is an excellent side quest to earn perks in the early game to save a few thousand points for something else. The dragon relic is indicated by the dragon icon on the TAC map. Interacting with the rocket housing will cause the dragon to emerge and a purple ring to appear on the ground in front of the dragon. You are tasked with killing zombies within the circle as quickly as you can. Enemies that are within the circle will glow purple. Once killed, those enemies will be sucked up by the dragon and eaten. You only have a certain period of time to kill enemies before the dragon takes flight and leaves permanently, leaving behind a loot chest. The quality of the loot chest is determined by the amount of enemies you were able to kill within the purple circle. The more enemies you killed, the better the loot chest you will receive, maxing out at a golden loot chest. You can actually see how well you are doing during this event by looking at the device and seeing the purple essence filling up as you kill enemies. Fun fact, when the dragon flies away, you can grapple onto it and fly for a substantial amount of time yourself. It's pretty useless, but pretty fun. The locked golden chest is indicated by a lightning bolt on your TAC map. Nearing the locked chests, you will see a golden loot chest descend from the sky. Interacting with the chest will spawn in a large horde of zombies and special and elite enemies. Simply eliminating the enemies will complete the challenge and you can open up the loot chest. It will have a random assortment of drops, but a guaranteed full power-up drop as well. The Fury Crystal is indicated by a crystal icon on your TAC map. You can break this orange Fury Crystal to begin the challenge. This is a timed challenge in which you need to find and destroy the other orange crystals within a short amount of time. These other crystals will spawn after you destroy the first crystal. They will not be far from the original crystal either. By far, the easiest strategy to find and destroy these crystals is to buy Death Perception. With Death Perception, you will be able to see the orange crystals through any walls or surfaces. If you successfully destroy all of the crystals within the time limit, you'll be awarded an Aether Wrench. This wrench will increase the rarity of your weapon by 1 level. This is an incredibly powerful tool, especially if you are strategic about when you decide to complete this event. The Orda is indicated by an Orda icon on your TAC map. Approaching the Orda, you will notice the health bar above its head. All you need to do is kill it. It's not going down without a fight though. The Orda will spawn in waves of enemies to distract you. Those hordes of zombies are not endless, but are indeed an excellent source of weapon XP. It will also launch hellhounds from its fist, so be sure to keep moving to avoid them. Lastly, Orda will occasionally open its mouth and release a swarm of insects that slowly make their way to you and deal damage to you. Luckily, you are able to shoot those swarms and kill them before they reach you. Additionally, when the Orda releases the swarm, its mouth will glow red and orange. This is is its weak spot. Shooting Orda when its mouth is open will substantially increase the amount of damage you deal to it. Stay on the move, watch for its attacks, and remain patient. This one will take a long time to take out. Once you do, Orda has one of the best loot pools in Outbreak. It drops great loot from higher tier weapons, kill streaks, and even wonder weapons. The black chest event is indicated by the chest icon on your attack map. Once you activate the event, 3 orbs will spawn in and separate. Your challenge will be to destroy those orbs. Once you begin shooting an orb, it will begin evasive maneuvers and flying around at a decent pace. Additionally, it will spawn a large amount of enemies that you need to take care of as well. The orb will also dart in your direction and deal damage to you directly. Once you destroy one orb, you will need to repeat this process for the other 2. After that, you can open the black chest and receive the loot. The loot from this event is really special. This event has the potential to give you a higher tiered armor vest and a chalice. These chalices will automatically pack-a-punch your weapon for free. These chalices can also come in higher tiers, each tier reflecting what tier of pack-a-punch you will receive upon picking up the chalice. The Omega helicopter is indicated by the helicopter icon on your attack map. Once you get near the helicopter, it will begin to fly away. All you need to do is destroy it and it will drop a large supply drop. When you open the supply drop, it will spew out a ton of common and rare salvage. Having death perception leveled up and equipped before you take down this helicopter is incredibly useful, as death perception will increase how much salvage you earn from picking up salvage drops. In addition to these side quests, there are a few world events that are not marked on your attack map but can appear on your minimap. The first world event is the radio. This is indicated by an antenna icon on your minimap. Interacting with the radio will begin emitting a specific noise. You will need to search the immediate area for 3 amplifiers. Once you find an amplifier, you need to tune those amplifiers to the same exact noise as the original radio. Doing this event without subtitles is far more difficult. I highly recommend using subtitles to find the same noise coming from the radio and the amplifier. The big challenge here is the fact that randomly, when you're interacting with the radio or amplifiers, you will see a feedback warning. This feedback causes a large horde of zombies to emerge that you need to fight off. Once you have tuned all 3 amplifiers to the same noise as the radio, you can return to the radio, receive your loot, and unlock a new song in the music player if you haven't unlocked them all already. The Ethereal Orb is indicated on your map by this orb icon. You need to shoot this orb until it begins to move in a different direction. Doing so will cause it to drop a ton of essence on the ground. Follow the orb and repeat this process 2 more times. You will receive a ton of extra points, and at the final location, it will explode and give you decent loot, including weapons and kill streaks. Demented Echos are a very rare occurrence. They are not indicated on the minimap, nor are they indicated on the attack map. These are red hot zombies that are on fire. Once you shoot them, they will charge at you incredibly quickly. If you kill them before they attack you, you get some nice loot. If you fail to kill them before they attack you, they will spawn a decent amount of zombies and special enemies. Wonder weapons are fairly uncommon in Outbreak compared to regular round-based zombies. They have the highest chance to drop from the Orda encounter, the Trials computer, as well as other elite enemies throughout the map. So if you ever see a Megaton or Krasny Soldat, take the time to kill it. You may just get yourself a wonder weapon. There is a chance that a zombie spawns in with a pink mohawk. This is Ronald. He drops a Raygun 100% of the time. Get it? Ronald Raygun? Ronald Raygun? He's so rare, I don't even have footage of him. The Trials computer is also found within Outbreak, and it functions identically to its other iterations. It will give you a random challenge with varying degrees of rewards as you complete more and more challenges. If you want to skip a round in Outbreak, you can. When teleporting to the next round, you can shoot the top of the beacon and destroy it. This will cause you to skip around and get to the high rounds even faster. There are 2 spin-off modes of Outbreak. The first mode is called Outbreak Survival. This mode forces you to spawn in with the 1911. It also removes the minimap and the attack map. It also removes the background music, and most notably, health regeneration is turned off. Instead, to gain back health, players need to find and loot food items. Food items come in different rarities and heal different amounts of health. Outbreak Collapse tasks you with one objective: survive. This mode places you on an Outbreak map for 10 minutes. Every 2 minutes, the world difficulty will increase and you will be rewarded with points and salvage. Zombies will continuously spawn around you and are aggressive towards you. There are 3 anomalies that you can activate to upgrade your gear. There is no main objective or side objective, with one exception: the Orda. You can defeat the Orda to see what loot it will drop. However, it is not the main objective. You can successfully survive without fighting the Orda. Once the 10 minutes have passed, the world difficulty will increase one final time and you will be forced to exfil. Outbreak is one of the most successful spin-off zombie modes we have ever seen. In fact, it's so successful that Treyarch decided to put in not one, but 2 main quest Easter eggs within the mode, one of which includes one of the most difficult zombie bosses we have ever faced. If you're interested to see how to defeat it, be sure to check out this video and stay beautiful.